So picture this. You've got this lone figure on a steep, lonely path. The only thing for company is the cold wind. He's just left all the noise of the city behind, and up here, under these incredibly clear stars, he makes a choice that's going to define his entire philosophy. It's like a New Year's resolution, but for the soul. Okay, so this is Zarathustra, the famous character created by the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. He's just left the marketplace, and he's feeling this heavy pity for everyone down there, for people who are just chasing small comforts and easy lives. So he's climbing this mountain, right? He's looking for something more, something harder, something real. But here's the thing. Up on that high, lonely crag, it turns out he's not entirely alone. A figure starts to peel itself away from the gloom right behind him. It's his own shadow, and it's about to whisper the most seductive, the most tempting thing he could possibly hear. The shadow's voice, it's his own, but it's completely hollowed out, no strength left in it. It's mocking his struggle, his climb, his whole search for meaning. And it asks this simple, incredibly powerful question. Why even bother? Why not just be comfortable? And get this, the shadow isn't offering something evil. It's offering ease. It's this package deal, right? A quiet, simple happiness. A life where you don't have to strive so hard, where you just accept whatever comes your way. It's the promise to lay down all those heavy burdens and just be safe. And that is such a powerful temptation, because let's be honest, a part of every single one of us wants that. And that really is the central question, isn't it? The shadow's logic, it seems so reasonable. Why on earth would you choose the hard path? To really understand the answer, we have to move from the fictional story of Zarathustra to the real philosopher who created him, a man who stared this exact question right in the face in his own life. So let's talk about Friedrich Nietzsche, because for him, this wasn't just some abstract thought experiment. No way. This whole idea was born from a moment of profound personal crisis and then rebirth. You see, in the early 1880s, Nietzsche was at a real low point. He was plagued by severe illness, just filled with despair. But then, in January of 1882, something shifted. He was in Genoa, Italy, and he went through this profound recovery. And not just physically, but philosophically. It was right there, at the start of a brand new year, that he forged a whole new way of living. He actually called this period Sanctus Januarius, which means Saint January. The name itself is just brilliant. It tells you everything about his thinking. He's taking a religious term and he's completely repurposing it. For him, the miracle isn't some saint's blood liquefying. The miracle is the human spirit itself, thawing its own ice, breaking free from despair, and embracing a new, powerful vitality. So, what was this life-changing idea? What was this New Year's resolution that came out of this whole spiritual thawing? Well, it's a concept he captured in two simple Latin words, Amor, Fati. Amor Fati. It literally means love of fate. But listen, it's not about just tolerating your life or, just getting through it. It's this radical, active decision to love everything that happens to you, to see every joy, every loss, every single struggle as not just necessary, but good. Now, it is so crucial to understand this is not just Stoicism warmed over. The Stoics, they teach you to endure your fate, to bear what's necessary with a stiff upper lip. Nietzsche comes along and says, nope, that's not enough. He says you must not just accept your fate, you have to love it. You don't just endure it, you will it. You joyfully embrace it as the very material that makes up your life. And here are Nietzsche's own words, and wow, they are just so uncompromising. This is his formula for greatness: to want nothing to be different. To be able to look at your entire life with all its triumphs and its disasters and say, yes, all of it. I'd do it all again. Okay, so that sounds intense, I get it. But how do you actually practice this? How do you turn this powerful, kind of abstract idea into a real way of living? Well, Nietzsche gives us a path. You have to become the poet of your life. It all starts with step one. You stop fighting reality. You don't blame other people. You don't curse your luck. You completely reject resentment. Step two. You take what's necessary, all the things you absolutely cannot change, and you find the beauty in them. And then, step three, you become an artist. Your life is the raw material, and you are the one shaping it into a masterpiece, not by changing the past, but by transforming your whole relationship to it. Now, this is a totally fair question. It can sound like Nietzsche is just telling us to, put on a happy face when terrible things happen. Does loving your fate mean you just have to ignore real suffering?
Absolutely not. For Nietzsche, that would just be another form of weakness. He's not ignoring pain at all. He's completely reframing it. Suffering isn't the problem, it's the raw material you need to build strength. It's the resistance that forges the will. Pain isn't some curse, it's the very thing that liberates the spirit from all the trivial stuff and forces it to become strong.
And that brings us right back to our lonely mountaintop, where Zarathustra is facing the temptation of his own shadow, that inner voice of ease and comfort. So after listening to the shadow's tempting offer of a quiet, safe life, Zarathustra doesn't argue. He doesn't despair. He laughs. A deep, booming laughter that just echoes across the chasms. It's the laugh of someone who has seen the temptation for exactly what it is and has already beaten it. And this is his answer. He looks at his shadow, at his own weakest moments, and says, "You mistake the desire for ease, for wisdom, and comfort for virtue. The market people wish for a life without storms, but I tell you, I am the storm." And this, right here, is Zarathustra's New Year's resolution. It's a perfect echo of Nietzsche's Amor Fati. He doesn't see himself as some finished product that needs to be kept safe. He sees himself as a sculpture that's still being carved. He doesn't wish for less hardship. He wishes for more power, more risk, more self-creation. This quote just nails the core of his whole worldview. True happiness isn't found sitting in a comfortable chair by the fire. It's found in that feeling of overcoming. It's the joy a muscle feels when it masters a heavy weight. It is the joy of the will mastering resistance. And just like that, the shadow vanishes. Zarathustra keeps climbing toward the dawn, totally invigorated. You see, the real victory wasn't over some external demon. It was over the part of himself that wanted the easy way out. He overcame his own desire for comfort, which is the quietest, the most subtle, and the most dangerous temptation of all. So that leaves us with a question. Nietzsche and his Zarathustra, they chose to be the storm, to love their fate unconditionally. They saw greatness not in avoiding struggle, but in embracing it as the very force that creates a beautiful life. So the question for us as we start any new chapter is this: what is the storm you need to embrace?